The theory and practice of project work groups have transformed drastically with the increasing emergence of multidisciplinary, multicultural, and global project teams. Team dynamics has also become unparalleled complex due to the demand for greater understanding of cultural differences in the globalized team environment. In order to grasp the implications of the shift from monocultural to multicultural in group settings, we shall take a closer look at the factors influencing organizational structure in projects. In this presentation, I will discuss 4 parts: roles and responsibilities of project work groups, an analysis of the 4 main project organizational structures, potential challenges and recommendations for multicultural and multidisciplinary teams, and interrelationships among factors within an organization. Let us first break down the composition of a project work group. According to Gartner, the organization structure of a project defines the reporting structures, processes, systems, and procedures of the project. In other words, it is the skeleton that supports the entire project and ensures that it would be able to proceed smoothly in a systematic way. The 4 main project organizational structures identified by Koster illustrate typical constitutions of a given project, which usually consists of project managers, team members, and executive sponsors. Project managers play a primary role and are responsible for completely carrying out the project within a predetermined timeline. They oversee the entire process and manage internal and external relationships with other stakeholders. Team members work on the details of each project based on their assigned tasks and produce deliverables under a fixed time and budget, and therefore bearing functional responsibility. Executive sponsors are higher level leaders of an organization. They provide resources for the projects and make the final decisions and approvals. A high level of collaboration is usually associated with challenges. Regardless of the 4 structures, individuals work closely with each other in a collaborative way and rely on others' parts to proceed for completion. As such, 2 salient challenges might arise: communication and understanding. Firstly, communication issues could be caused due to external factors such as time zone difference for multinational projects and limited frequency of face-to-face communications. This is especially challenging for global teams that involve more locations, as there are always some individuals who need to sacrifice and attend meetings at bad timings. Hence, in the concept of virtual structure, a different approach is required due to such restrictions. Secondly, misunderstanding could be caused due to cultural diversity. Despite a high command of language proficiency, team members interpret instructions and feedbacks based on their past experience, which is highly correlated with their cultural and disciplinary background. This problem is more obvious when completing cross-functional work under the matrix structure, when functional and project work are done at the same time. Besides these 2 challenges, the functional structure tends to be inefficient in coordination for cross-functional work, and the deeply embedded hierarchy also slows management procedures and creates difficulty for identifying the problem ownership. The projectized structure, in contrast, is efficient but also faces the challenges of falling into routine work on a limited range of projects. These 4 structures have different strengths and weaknesses, and therefore should be carefully selected based on 7 characteristics of each project, including the size, duration, and location of it, the need for innovation and integration, number of external interfaces, and budget and time constraints. Given the multifaceted nature of projects, especially global project teams, one solution could be encouraging international interactions by offering short exchanges across offices from multinational companies. When frequently dealing with multifunctional projects, companies should look for multidisciplinary talents during recruiting and offering training programs to equip the team members with more knowledge to facilitate interfunctional communications. In any project management, the complexity does not stop after identifying the most effective structure. Managing interrelationships between organization, stakeholders, culture, people, and resource is always the art of the core. I will use an analogy to articulate my understanding of these factors and their relationships. An organization is like a house where everyone lives and contributes. People take collective and coordinated actions to achieve stakeholders' objectives. The temperature of the house is like the culture. Despite not being seen, it is experienced all the time and can be altered by adding air conditioning to make everyone more comfortable. It also affects how everyone within the organization feels and behaves. Resource is comparable to the furniture in the house. It is limited, but we can try to budget and purchase more. All these factors are of parallel importance and cannot function alone without the support of others. Therefore, organizational managers need to consistently pay attention to the balance of all factors for an efficient project team. With such a codependent nature coupled with intertwined relationships among all factors, it is critical to ensure sufficient communications and updates across functional groups and international teams. Making everyone be on the same page and keeping all members in the loop are the keys to a successful project. If everyone, from stakeholders to members in the project, feels the ownership of the outcome, the completion is more likely successful and the collaboration delightful. With the ever-changing organizational culture and structure, the only constant is to guarantee that stakeholders, project managers, and team members are all involved in the change.